Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show today. I am going to be joined by a panel today. I know every Friday I do the show with have guys and girls on the show on Friday. We did it on Wednesday, so I was going to cancel it this Friday, but on the last minute we decided to wing it. So we threw it together. I'm up here. I'll be up here by myself, joined by three ladies, and hopefully, Game Changer is going to make it in a little bit. And I sent an email out to a few more guys. We're going to be covering this topic, a topic that I never exactly talked about, because hold on. Let me shout out y'all real quick before I bring everybody up. Uneducated Lame in the building. Brenda, who will be joining us in a little bit. Shout out to LB Crypto. Shout out to Hood Server says, "Come on, man. I really really want to know what a high value what a high value woman is." Yeah, he really wants to know. Cherry Apple in the building. Kill your name. Good morning to you. Says, good morning, people in the room. Wake your black tail up. Bernard, you are late. Grab a Starbucks and let's get active. Right on. Clarence Jr. in the building says, Jada is a high value woman. Her and April Mason. Are you talking about? You talking about Jada Pickett or or Jada LaRue we have on the show? All right. But all right, yeah, we about to get this thing started. Yeah, strap on in. Let me before I introduce everybody, I'll go ahead and go around the room. Y'all introduce yourself real quick. We'll start with Jada, who got the corona cough going on. Unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? I am Jada LaRue from the Jada LaRue channel, as well as the Feminine Melanin channel.
Yeah, you got called Feminist Melanin on the last show.
Yes.
They was getting you in this show. Well, hold on, let me go to Brenda, then Annie. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for welcoming me back. So I don't have an active channel, but this channel, you can follow me at Brenda Muema channel, and then the Brenda M Health channel. And so they're not active, but I have some couple of videos.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. And this show today is somewhat inspired by um the Naked Truth with see, you changed the name. I was about to say the Naked Truth with the Net World Views and
Yeah,
or something. But why did it say what is Annie the Cream? What the hell?
that's
I
my
did wonder that, but I figured you were
Annie.
going to give us a good
Annie.
answer.
Everybody calls me Annie.
I know what I'm talking. It's the cream part.
Is it supposed to be like the creme?
No, because I make creams. I make moisturizer.
Oh, okay. I know what you was talking about. I was like, okay, all right, cool. So like I was saying, this show is somewhat inspired by you because I looked at your channel and right there in the little banner it said the high value woman, and I was like, what the hell? And then, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna have her come on. I'm gonna have her come on and attempt to explain that to explain that because my just give a little bit of my little cut it out,
I
Captain
didn't
Trapping,
speak.
a little bit of my backstory. Like when the whole high value man thing start blowing up, I was like, I'm always conscious of, I don't want to just say made up terms, but things can get made up online. Somebody could say something, and when you got a YouTube channel, you should do that. You should come up with unique catchphrases and get everybody saying it, and start. It's good. It's good for the growth of your channel. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, I was like, okay, this is a term, a concept that somebody made up, and they're making it go viral. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He did a good job. Cultivating the term or making it his own. But at the end of the day, I still was saying to myself that I don't care about the label. It's just a label. It's a viral meme. That's to some degree what I said, what I did with it, but it's fun to talk about because you put it in the title and more people click on the video. So we talked about it, but in all practicality, I didn't really care that much about it. But then fast forward, fast forward later, and then people saying high value woman and high value man is ill defined by a lot of people. Kevin Samuels defined it pretty well, but everybody else has some ill-defined term of it. And I think an even shakier term is a high-value woman because, at least with a man, there are benchmarks in life you could actually look to and say, okay, he hit those benchmarks. But when you're talking about a high-value woman, it's like it's in the eye of the beholder. Any woman could just say, oh, I feel like, and and then have her own little pull it out her backside definition of what it is or what she feel like it is, or I feel like a high value woman. So that's why I said it's a faulty concept out the gate. So that's why I titled the video, what the hell is a high value woman? Anyway, because I hear a lot of people throwing it around for like the last year or whatever. So before I pass it to Annie on that one, and you gotta get a dog die alone. Look at him. You got your cat, the cat in the back licking.
Behind you.
The cat is in the back licking his balls. We caught him. Anyway.
No, it's a girl. Okay.
All right.
Such an adorable cat.
Thank you. Yes. All
right. Snuggles in the building says, morning, you people. How are you all doing today? Drop the link, Bernard, and please play the lovely rendition to get the program started.
Hi, I'm Snuggles.
All right. And also, before I pass it to Annie on that wins, Mr. Tober in the building says, paying my dues. Keep it up, good sir. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Mr. Tober. Do appreciate you. No, GC is in a meeting. He's in a meeting. He will be joining us pretty soon. But so go ahead, Annette. I'm passing it to you. You got the floor. You got the mic.
I receive it. Right. Hi, everyone. Hi, chat. Yes, you're correct. My channel is called the High Value Woman channel. I like to talk about the traits, those actual traits that you need to look at in a woman, or that a woman needs to aspire to be for her to be valuable, not just to herself, but to the man that she's with and to her community in general. Okay, they need to be able to add value wherever they go. So do you want me to define what I think the high value woman is, or what I...
Yeah, you can go ahead and define it. I'm writing some stuff down here.
Okay, so as a background, some of you may or may not know, I went to school, secondary school in Nigeria. It was a prep school for women. Prep school just means that not only are you getting a normal education, but you're getting an education on how to become a wife, a mother, and just somebody who is very useful to society. So we did a whole load of extra studies apart from just the academic studies. So we're trained to cook, we're trained to sew, we're trained to garden, we're trained to do like mock parties, we're trained to do conflict resolution. Mock parties just means like when you're at a dinner date with your husband, or when your husband takes you to a meeting and somebody says to you, I don't like, your dress, what would your response be? And they would sit there and give you that scenario, and you're basically trained on how to respond to people. So basically you're trained on etiquette and things like that. That's how I was trained from home and in school by Irish nuns. Okay, so that's my
okay. It sounds like this was an actual like school. Like were y'all learning like education and normal stuff? But then there were like, what is finishing school?
Finishing school is a school where ladies go to learn how to be a lady.
Etiquette classes, etiquette school, like where you have to learn
how to do everything.
They used to teach us back in like the 70s and 80s and things like that.
Like you know how they have cotillions, the debutantes, it's all that, yeah. And depending on if you went on in an organization in college, I joined those things in order for me to actually learn all that, and then it was also kind of included into my internships, etc. And in drill team, it's something that we always did at the end of each year, going to a ball. So we had to learn all that. And so
some of y'all may know it as like charm school.
That's what I thought it was called.
I mean, there's more to it, but some people may consider it like charm school and just don't know what it is. So.
Yeah, but it's not charm school. It's more like life skills. It's like being in the army. So it's not really, but women's. It's not like just how to have a ball. It's basically how to cook, clean, how to garden, how to plant things, how to make food from things in your garden.
Be a woman.
So you basically have to know all the skills you need in life, how to raise kids, how to speak, how to sit, everything. So it's kind of indoctrination on how to be the perfect wife,
lady.
The perfect lady. So that when it's time for you to get married, and people hear that you've been to these particular colleges, which are well known in Nigeria.
Oh, wait, hold on. These finishing school. What age do y'all start these finishing school?
So I started at 11.
Okay.
I started at 12.
And I finished at 16. So it's a 6-year training.
That's interesting. On my Patreon, I had a discussion with my woman on the Patreon, and she basically said her grandmother was de facto doing that with her, had her, teaching her all the sit up straight etiquette, had her, walking with like a book on her head and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was a thing. And that's one thing that I always said, and this sort of goes back to that one topic that we had when we were talking about our femininity coaches selling snake oil, because they're trying to sell it to 35-year-old women and whatnot. So that was the first thing. That's why I asked that first question. How old were you when all of this was going on? And you said 11. So yeah, it's something that you teach to girls when they start trying to teach it to women. Too old in the game.
You can still unlearn. You can unlearn bad behavior if you're committed to trying. Because it's not that hard.
Yes.
Yep.
Wife drop.
You can unlearn bad behavior. So for example, when you're having a discussion with somebody, if you're somebody who's used to shouting a lot, you can actually unlearn that kind of behavior, even when you're older. But you just need to be committed to having, to self-development.
Self-development.
I don't know about that one. I mean, that one's a little okay. Some people, I always say, if somebody really want to change, they could change something about themselves but it's all a matter of if they actually want to do it. Like I said, I don't know if the femininity coaches are truly doing it. I think if everybody was really about that life, meaning the coaches and the damn and the parents, the mothers of daughters, it would be like, no, the femininity coaches will be on some, hey, we got to teach this to young girls, and the mothers of those daughters would be like, hey, I gotta send my daughter to these these finishing schools, these coaches, these whatever the hell. That then it would be an actual genuine thing, but it does come off like a hustle. It just it does. But
So,
but
so
aside from that, let's get into your definition. I mean, that was some interesting background. And you said, wait, hold on, you said in Nigeria. Oh wait,
sorry, my guy just came in. All right, go on. Sorry.
okay. You said in Nigeria that was a normal thing.
Yes,
Did they still do that?
in the upper middle class, yes.
In upper middle class, they still do that.
In
Oh,
upper,
the
in
lower class, they don't do that.
the lower class, you go to, your parents just teach you how to cook and everything. But what we learn is more than just cooking. It's really how to meet with, like, how to be diplomatic, how to behave yourself in a official setting. Like if your husband because you're kind of being trained to marry a guy that's like maybe a doctor or
Prestige.
CEO.
Like up there.
They train you what to do in those kind of settings. They train you about why it's important, how you can get business, all that kind of stuff.
I was
So
in the low
Okay.
class then.
All right. Before I pass it, let's get some definitions more or less on the table. What's the definition of a high value woman? Like I said, it's all made up concepts to me, but let's go. I'm going with it. What's the definition?
okay. So what we were taught is that when you came into this world, you're here not just to be valuable to yourself, you're here to be valuable to your husband, you're here to be valuable to your children, and you're here to be valuable to your community. So the first thing they train you is that it's not about you. You're just the vessel that, oh, thank you, darling. You're just the vessel that's going to be used to do these things that are necessary. So we're trained that a man is going to marry a wife. They train you on the role of the wife in the house and outside the home. So a high value woman, what we were told is a high value woman is a woman who is robust, who has all the skills necessary. So intellectual skills, social etiquette, so knowing how to get on with people, right? Knowing how to get on with people, who is emotionally stable, because another part of our curriculum was how you can manage your emotions. So even when you're upset, how to laugh things off, or how to deal with if you're upset in public, don't let your emotions show. Be somebody who shows your emotion in private. So emotional stability, being able to be calm, being able to control, a lot of self-control is part of what we're trained. Physical appearance, obviously, everybody knows that. You need to keep yourself clean. You need to be, you need to wear dresses. You need to look feminine. We were not allowed to wear trousers, although I wear trousers now. But when I was younger, trousers was very unladylike.
See now, hold on. Now this is where you flying in the face of a lot of the more feminist stuff. You was making a case for women wearing trousers on the last show.
Yeah, because I'm even wearing trousers now because it's cold and I'm not going anywhere. But when I go out with my man, I wear dresses. So the way you dress, the tone of your voice. So for example, and this was 24/7, 7 days a week. So even when you're in class, when you're talking to your friends, when you're having lunch, when you're working on in the school, you're just constantly being monitored. Your tone of voice.
Watching.
So I would want you to watch a program like Bridgerton. Basically, those girls you see in programs like Bridgerton, we were being trained to just be that kind of calm, collected. It's almost kind of a little bit robotic, but in those days, that was what was seen as the perfect kind of woman, the woman who's not going to disgrace her family, who's not going to disgrace her husband, who's not going to disgrace womanhood, the woman who always has it all together all the time. It didn't mean that we did, but whenever we wanted to let loose, we made sure it was like behind closed doors when nobody's looking, and you can like, but in front of everybody, you kind of were always well composed. Financial intelligence, because you don't want to be the kind of woman who's gonna make your husband bankrupt. You need to understand how to manage money. You need to understand how to manage money, because one of your roles is being able to shop and buy things for your house, but buy things that are good value without like wasting your husband's money. It sounds really archaic, but that's what
All
we'll keep.
right. All right. Al.
There's two more. Community involvement. So we were trained that life had people who were not as fortunate as you. So you must be somebody who likes to do charity, somebody who like works in a soup kitchen, all that kind of stuff. And finally, relationship building. It was all about trying to get on with everybody, even when you don't like them.
All right. Al Buggy in the building says super seniors in finishing school, no aging out. Thank you for the super chat, Al.
No
Buggy.
woman left behind act. That's what
Charles,
I like to call it. I'd be like, it's the no woman left behind act. So,
all right. Charles Merchant in the building says a woman's value lies in being submitted to her father or husband. Well said. I do agree with that one. When we're gonna I'm gonna start it. Make sure I start that when we'll come back to that. We will come back to that one, Charles Merchant. Okay, I got that one starred. Valet Waste Disposal LLC. She said, my man is she's not married. We ain't got to get all in the personal, but no.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah.
Was for 22 years though.
We don't got to get all into that. All right, Jada LaRue in the building. Go ahead. What the hell is a high value woman anyway?
Okay, so a high value woman is a woman who has femininity qualities, and she has graduated into what is actually fully an asset as well to her husband. So not only does she need to know her worth, but she needs to be sexually confident. She has to have a good heart. She got to be happy with her own self. She's not looking for a man to make her happy. She's charming. She's a choosy lover. She's open-minded and understanding to different things that she agree or disagree with as well. Like Annie said, she's not going to get her feathers ruffled and have issues just because she is some disagreements going on. She's 100% born woman. You cannot be a high value woman. Sorry, LGBT community. You have to be 100% born woman.
Hey, hold on. That's coming. That's coming. It's gonna be a high value trend.
Man, I was like, well, that's the reason why it's a difference between learning your femininity and being a high value woman. Because a high value woman, you have to be a woman. So, shout out to LGBT, but it is what it is. She has a sense of humor. I know some people are going to be mad at me, but her dress size has to be 8 and lower. No offense. High value woman comes with a valuable asset. And there are some women with the mindset that you can be bigger and be feminine, and you can. Can you be bigger, feminine, and high value? Not always. So you have to be of that sort of value. Right. It's about a health thing. So you can't be a big woman and be high value, but you can be feminine. So I want to make sure they understand that part. She does not smoke. She rarely drinks. She has a legacy about building things. Her mindset is always about a legacy. So if she is not thinking about building a legacy, like Annie said, knowing how to use money, financial nature, if she does not gather that, she's not a high value woman. She is passionate about improving things in her life, her husband's life, her children's life. Again, legacy mindset. She can communicate effectively. So if she cannot communicate effectively, if she's not logical enough, she's not a high value woman. Can she be feminine? Yes. High value, different. Those are the additives that add into you being that extra level of a woman. She's mature. She does not play games. Those little low level games that people be like, oh, women do this for. She doesn't do those. She has no value in the game. Now, is she strategic? She knows the laws of power. She is strategic. It's not gameplay. Let me see. She is emotionally intelligent.
Hold on. All right, let's back up some, because you said something about being logical. You said something about the weight and strategic. Yes. Let's talk about that. Strategic. What do you mean by strategic?
Strategic being where
intentional.
Your woman can go into a room and win over her husband's boss without being sexually driven, without trying to woo him in that ways, but she still has a nature that sets him to say, I'm going to go ahead and give him that raise, because if he chose this type of woman that is like this, then this is the type that I want. And she knows the game to play when it comes to that strategy. So she's not, throwing the breast all up in the air and, rubbing all on. She doesn't do that.
She knows how to entertain.
That is disrespectful to her.
Win her husband.
To see you as a certain type of way. And that's why certain women, certain men know how to pick and choose and marry the right type of woman for the business that he in. Because sometimes you don't get invited back to different business meetings and stuff like that if they witness what type of wife you have. Your wife is like a decision for what you make long term with a business, just like you make long time with your wife. So
can I add something to what Jada said?
Wait, hold on real quick. I just want to say this. Everything that you described right there, I think the $1 million and 17-cent question is, what percentage of Black women fall in that category? What you just threw out right there?
Okay, so I know people are going to look at me different when I say this because of what you're used to seeing. But I'm going to say a good 25% of women can carry that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the younger generation. And I'll say from 40 downwards, not so many, because they're not teaching these skills anymore.
Right. Yeah, but for those who come up and sometimes
by they, do you mean you?
Oh, I'm sorry, say it again.
I teach my daughter these skills. Oh, yes, definitely.
Not you individually. I mean your generation. When you say they aren't teaching, are you saying that your generation isn't teaching the next generation to be high value woman? And if not, then what is the value of your generation?
Okay, so game changer, I would like to say, remember, and welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to say that in my own cultural sphere, i.e. women that I move around with in Africa and Africans in the UK, my own cultural sphere, I would say 80% of the women are teaching their children how to be wives. And already this year, I've attended a wedding for somebody who was 23, marrying a 22-year-old. Last year, I attended 2 of my friends' children got married. They're both doctors, and these are girls who are like in their 20s, who are already GPs, marrying men who are same age as them. So in the Nigerian community in England and in Nigeria, I'd say we still have those traditional values. Now, watching America,
hold on real quick. Hold your thought. Back up. You said something about 80%. You were talking about in night. Was you talking about you going back to Nigeria?
And in Nigerians in England. So that's my own community.
Okay, so you're saying they're actually teaching women that?
Yes. And the Indians still teach. The Indians are still teaching their children. The Saudis and all that, they're still teaching their children. In America, I would like to agree with you, 25 to 30%, because I see debutante schools still right now.
Yes.
So there are women my age sending their children to finishing schools in America. Is it the high number? No, but there's still Black women who send their children to finishing schools in America.
Now,
are still parents. There are still parents
Now,
who
right
have
quick,
that value and they teach it to their children. So
that being said, what you are doing, Naked Truth, is wrong. Because you being a feminist are the antithesis of that. You often complain about how African girls are groomed to be wives to old Nigerian men and blah, 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 blah. That's you. That's you. And you're saying that I'm a feminist because I want to put a stop to that. And now you are championing that thing that makes African women 80% better than other women. You are trying to get rid of the thing and make them more like the Western bitches that you now say is wrong. You are trying to, what you are doing is you are attempting to lower the value of African and Afro-British women.
No, the
That
only
had to drop the ball.
I know you had to do it, but there is one big difference that you're failing to understand.
Please.
I went to finishing school. I was trained to be a wife, but at no point were we being trained at 13 to go and marry 50-year-olds. Okay,
Correct.
we were being trained to get to 16, go to uni, and then marry people who were like 3-4 years, maximum 5 years older than us. Young people like us who were,
and they told you in training.
Yes, none of the educated parents are sending 13-year-olds to go and marry 50-year-olds. That happens because of poverty. That's not to do with being a good wife. That's just got to do with survival of poor people who feel like they need to sell their children, young.
So you want to teach poor children not to survive?
No, they sell their young
because here's the thing: 80% of the United,
despite the medical problems that they might face, and that's just a fact.
Oh, fistula! Oh my God!
Oh, it's a real thing.
No, it's Nigerian penis
just
size.
The way you think alopecia is not a real thing, whether we like it or not. The reason why I stand for the rights of women is because I understand the inequalities that some women face around the world. And it's my duty as a woman to also do what I can to let people understand or know about these inequalities and prevent it where I can. Does that mean at the same time I can't be a good wife? Of course I can still be a good wife.
Get to work on your Spanish, baby.
I beg your pardon?
I think you're talking to somebody else. She's
oh, okay.
She's off camera.
So that's the difference.
I thought I hit the mute. I'm sorry.
We're not sending 13-year-olds to have babies when they're 14 because
it seems like the difference,
the medical problems that will cause.
No, I get it. It seems like the difference is poverty, though. I mean, like 80% of the women that you say were groomed to be better women, and I agree. As a person who's dated and been with African women, I do agree that they are groomed to be better women. And that may be, I don't want to throw out the entire grooming process because of fistula, which affects very, very, very small percentage of the population. But, before because I only want to get back into that, the 80% that you're referring to are not rich. Meaning that the tactics that is also taught to poor girls is also superior to the ones that are taught to poor women in the West, which is nothing.
Sorry, repeat that. I kind of lost. I don't understand. Do you mind repeating it because I didn't understand that?
Okay, so you say that it's 80% effective, meaning that 80% of the African women, or Nigerian women rather, are taught to be wives, are groomed to be wives. Of that 80%, there's a substantial amount of poor women who are also taught to be wives. Now, you're saying that the process that teaches poor young ladies to be wives is not to their benefit. I would say that, with exception, and fistula being one of those exceptions, that it does benefit poor women as well as wealthy women to become better bitches.
No, I didn't say that the process for the
but you said the process leads to age gap weddings and fistula.
No. Let's just step back a bit. I did not say that poor people train their children, and that the training that poor people give their children is ineffective. You said that as a feminist, why am I fighting against a system that obviously is beneficial into curating better women? Then you referred to 2 programs ago. You said, why were you fighting against it? And I said the difference of what I was fighting against was not making women wives. It was what I was fighting against on that day was that a 13-year-old should not be a wife to a 50-year-old. So that's got nothing to do with wife training. That's got to do with child marriage.
Okay, I'm not
And
going
health.
to.
All right. Hold on. I want to pump the brakes for a split second because I didn't even get a chance to go to Brenda. GC got us full off into the debate portion, which I love. That's what I'm here for, the
He
debate.
came with full
But
force.
I do want to let Brenda lay out, her definition to the question, which is an honest question for me. I know that's just not just a title. I seriously meant that when I say, what the hell is a high value woman anyway? Because I don't know, it's made up concept. But so go ahead, Brenda. You can lay out what you think a high value woman is. And there's Jada is back.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and define what I think a high value woman is based on. I'm a millennial, so I'm 26 years old, and I had to figure out what that term meant because of Kevin Samuel actually introducing a high value man. And actually, that's how I kind of conquested into trying to figure out what this is. And yes, I'm the one who said Proverbs 31 woman, because I was raised in church, Catholicism. And so a lot of things were defined through the Bible and also the practices that we do. Coming to America, it westernized us. It westernized myself. But my dad was very adamant about keeping certain culture and traditions. And being able to, back in Kenya, my mom always dressed us in dresses. That's something that we did whenever we were going to church, but she also gave us the freedom of wearing pants, trousers, whatever we wanted. But there's something that kept on sticking in my mind. I always wore dresses. And so I do believe a high value woman she wears dresses. She knows how to dress because dresses are hard. They're not tight dresses, all types of dresses, because they require certain movement. I'm a dancer, and so a lot of things I learned from dancing and drill team on how to sit like a proper lady. You cross at the ankles. So a lot of things that I ended up learning in drill team, which is Caucasianly like a dominated world. It was something that it just made sense. And if I had questions, I would just I would just do my own Googling, and then I'll ask my parents, and then they will be able to kind of define it the best way they know how. But I'm going to read my own definition. I say a Proverbs 31 woman is a high value woman who's self-aware and open to articulate her emotions, because emotional stability, that's actually what's lacking a lot in the Western society and with women in the Western society, because that's why it's really hard to kind of find emotionally stable women. There's a lot psychologically that goes into it, health-wise, mental, physical, and I had to do my own research because I had to figure out what's going on. And, I went through my own trials and tribulations, and sometimes knows how to identify her emotion, but tries to logically articulate to articulate herself to her man cordially. So basically, my dad actually did a great job raising my sisters and I, meaning, and my mom too, meaning every time we would come to them for anything, it doesn't matter. We have to first come with the facts, come with logic. We can't come crying. The moment we start crying, they send us out and like, go collect yourself and come back again, because your emotions are going to be all over the place. You're not going to make any sense, etc. So that's something that I actually learned from my parents. I never had the privilege of actually doing these preparatory schools because my dad was actually the one, and my mom, they were teaching us everything. My dad started teaching us in grade school how to hold a fork and knife, because those things they're very important, and how to act, to be cordial at all times. If somebody does offend you, I mean, we come and ran in front of him, and then most of the time is okay, what are you going to do about it if that happens again? Because we have to handle ourselves with care, and if we embarrass ourselves, we're embarrassing the whole family. So there was a lot of things that needed to they had to articulate very well to kind of help us in this Western society. But ultimately, I'm actually dressing for the part of being a feminine female, because I started practicing during the summer, and I kid you not, when I tell you I wore a dress, men started looking at me different. They started stopping. They started holding the door. Like, it was something that I didn't understand. Women are even complimenting me, but she's also kind, because you are here to help everybody. It's not about you. You go take care of yourself, okay? But ultimately, service, the love language that high value women will always have. It doesn't matter. Will always be service, because they're here to serve everybody, serve her man, and she will also come equipped with knowledge of how to move from point A to point B. She's here as a teacher, not as a coach to tell you what to do. She's here to give information, very informal. So if you're struggling with something, she will listen, actively listen, and be able to actually give you a really great different ways to move whatever you're having. And also, if you marry a high value woman, she should be the one who is helping you heal every time you come back to the house, because men move with their with their egos, okay, in the world. So she's the one who actually is there to help you with your ego, to, put you back and like, baby, you still got this, and then put you back out, like, blow up your head and everything like that, as KS usually says. But it's a lot. But millennials and Z generations, we have a lot learning and unlearning to do, actually. But a high value woman needs to have handled her trauma cordially before she gets with a man of high value.
All right.
In my opinion.
All right. Yeah, I still don't know. All right.
You still don't know, Bernard.
I'm just playing. But no. But
she's
right.
under her dad, because there's no queen if there's no king.
Yeah, that's an important.
I'm always going to be a princess until.
All right. Before we dig back into it, shout out to those who have been super chatting. Valet Waste Disposal says is a high value woman version.
In the old days, yes, but yes, sexual modesty is part of being high value. So yes, she should be, but in this day and age,
I get the feeling that exceptions are made for that.
Well, it's because it depends where we're learning. We're at.
Things have changed.
All right, but anybody else want to touch on that? I mean, pretty much where we at today this time. It just is what it is. It's I don't even know. Like in the West, there's no such thing as virgins walking around out on the market. I don't know that to be a thing.
Not many.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah, but RBR in the building says nobody determines your value but you. RBR, a video surfaced of you on a TV show back. It was I don't know whose show it was. I know I saw Vanessa Bell Galloway on there, and he was on there. He was crazy back then. It was like 30 years ago. So shout out to RBR. It's
Can
it's
I
wild.
to him, please?
You want to respond to RBR?
Yeah. When he says nobody determines your value but you, I think that's wrong. Because you don't exist in a vacuum in this world. That's like saying, no employer can determine your value but you. No, you're in this world competing with 7 billion other people. So in order to get on with these 7 other billion people and come out with good outcomes, these people that you're moving around with need to see value in you. Because if you value yourself and nobody values you, you won't be going anywhere.
Ding ding ding. Annette said something I agree with, but we really don't take RBR serious around here. He's trust me, just trust me. Car designer Chris in the building says you can't take most black women or most black wives to the company picnic. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Valet Waste Disposal in the building. He says, are they trained to not become bust downs? Is a high value woman a virgin for their future husband. We already addressed that. I'll pass it to the Game Changer. Do you want to address that one? What you got? Any
Is a
thoughts
high
on that
value
one?
woman a virgin for her future husband? Virgins are significantly higher value than
Mhm.
non-virgins. However, it doesn't mean that a non-virgin can't be a high value woman. But all things equal, a virgin does get much higher value than a non-virgin.
I
Yeah.
think a
What
virgin
you
who
can
has
do is
a
have several different children for sure. So it in certain societies, having one by a man who is considered of value is different out of wedlock. Is highly different from if she has several through several marriages, if that makes sense. So she can't have like multiple children in multiple marriages.
Well,
Does
there
that make
is levels
what I
of
mean?
single motherhood. I agree. However, once you cross the Rubicon of having a child pulled out of your vagina, it does lower the overall vaginal value. Not to say that a single mother can't be a high value woman, but the process. Okay, think of it like a Coke.
That's
Think of
very
it like a
simplistic thinking. That's
think
why
of
I've
it
got
like it is a very
There is
simple
no
thing.
guy
It
that's
comes
lowering a
down to
woman's value
it.
because she
Yes,
had a baby.
it does. Listen. When you have a
I have
can
to
of
agree
Coke,
with
Man that
GC
you
says
over
know,
here.
no,
I
when you
listen
have
then and have
listen to me.
these
When you
purchased.
have a can of Coke, you know that sound that it makes when it psst, when the that is the sound of the value of that can of Coke going down. And the sound of the value of your vagina going down is a wah. That is the sound of your vagina going down in
can I
value.
respond to Game Changer? You
Okay.
cannot compare a whole human being to a can of Coke. A can of
Not the
Coke.
whole human being, the
Let
vagina.
me just land, please. May I just finish?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the can of Coke, the only purpose a can of Coke has is to be opened and to be drank, quench your thirst in 5 minutes and you chuck it. It has no other intrinsic value. A human being, a wife, has more value to her than her lady parts. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
And this is why this is the kind of simplistic
But
thinking.
wait, he didn't say no value. He just says it lowers a little bit. Or
And this is what I was going to say. A woman who has all the other attributes and is also a virgin, yes, would have a higher
The
value
highest.
in the eyes of some men, right? But a woman who is a virgin and doesn't have social intelligence, and all the other traits, is only of value to a man that's his ego is tied up in how many sexual partners a woman has had. A
You
man
damn
who's
right.
looking to be a CEO, right, cares less about whether we're not saying go around and bust around your body with 50 different men, but cares less
Right.
about whether or not you've had two boyfriends in the past or not. He cares more about the kind of person you are, how you're going to look in his work dinner, how well you can get on with his colleagues, whether or not you can push him forward, what kind of stock you're from, does your family know people in the business that he's working in. So the value in life is more than whether or not a woman's VJ has been popped early or not.
Okay. Here's
And
the
And
thing.
yeah,
also,
Here's
want
the
to
thing.
go or
Notice.
know
Know
okay, I
this. Know this.
see.
Y'all overvalue this whole corporate. I need a chick to talk to my boss. Don't care about that. And trust me, I have a boss. Don't give a shit. I could be with a damn idiot, and you know what I'll say to my boss afterwards? Yeah. But she's a virgin though. She was a virgin when I met her. That says more about my decision making ability than anything. Y'all think we don't care? We don't want to hear what y'all gotta say. Seen and not heard. Like why? What do you think that you can say to my boss that will impress you? What are you software people? No, you have nothing. And even if you were, they don't care. Like you have nothing. So stop trying
what do
to
you do,
say that
game
there's
changer?
some
wait, but
invisible
can
value
we?
that
But
What do you
okay,
do?
But wait on. Can we make it? Can we just throw this out there? I would say there's only a small percentage of jobs and professions where
you need to entertain.
smoothing with the boss and your wife as like a chess piece in the smoothing game in the what word did I say? Smoothing. Yes.
I get it.
I hate that word. But I'm saying my
No,
point is it's only a small percentage, so we can overvalue. We can overvalue and overrate that concept. I mean, yes, it's a thing. Yes, I understand it's a thing.
It has no value to me.
Even the manager of McDonald's, who is just the manager of a small McDonald's that serves 20 people, is going to meet up. They might have a Christmas party at the end of the year in December with his colleagues at McDonald's, and he might bring his +1. And
Fair
whether
enough.
or not that woman behaves well could make or break the impression they have on him. And whether
that is almost useless. That is
Nope. It's very valuable.
Anyway, you are talking about what about the other 364 days a year? So you're saying that a man should forego a nice tight vagina just for the sake of one day out of the year. He wants to impress. I just assume go to the company party alone before I deal with if I just to have a virgin. And first of all, you're not hiring my wife. You are hiring me, and you are hiring me for my skills and my attributes, and you are promoting me for the same. I get it. Every now and again, you get people who work in sales and where everything is about image and presentation or politics. Like stuff like that is important.
Making my man mad.
No, stuff like that is important. And maybe works in sales. Stuff like that is important.
All right, we gotta. Yeah. So I understand where Game Changer is coming from with the Coke analogy, but the thing is with this is where I'll be a peacemaker with Game Changer's idea and then Annette's idea. So I know you talked about the pop, the can Coke, but I think with women we are the 2-liter what is it called, Coke. And so every time I guess our value is decreased. I mean, the fizz goes down, but we have to keep on closing. But the moment that is just out and about, it's just going to be stale. So that's where like the promiscuity kind of crosses over. So women are still valuable regardless. It could be high value depending on the body count. I know last time you argue like she has to have the highest body count, and I know, but at the end of the day, she's not going to be high value. So
have you ever drank a Coke with all the fizz gone, even from a 2-liter? Have you? So you've opened the top of a Coke, drank a little bit of it, and spit in it. Because let's face it, a baby is somebody spitting in it. And then you put it back and let it sit for a while, and you went back and drank that Coke. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you see, the thing is, no, I mean, we're talking about like a used.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm saying that once a Coke is open, it starts to fizz out. It starts to fizzle out just a little bit,
right?
Like each and every single day, just from once being open.
Okay, so
you have drinking stale soda before. You try to put ice in it to get it bubbly again, but it's not the same, and you know it. You know it.
This is where
the can.
Hold on, real quick. Time out.
There is nothing worse than the last sip of the bottom of a Coke 2-liter, and you know it.
That is true. But here's the deal. This is the part where I think we all can generally agree on this. If we're talking about, going back to the title, what the hell is a high value woman anyway? I think we can generally agree that yes, a woman, like the person who super chatted, they said something about a woman being a virgin and how that's connected to our value. Yes, a virgin woman is she has more value in that regard. Are there other things that bring value? Yes, but typically speaking, if a woman is a virgin, when she loses that, yes, it does decrease the value, but it doesn't mean she's valueless. I mean, I think we can just simply say that and move on. Like a man, a man. Hold on, wait, real quick. A man who makes $500,000 a year, he has a lot of value. Okay, a man who makes $75,000, he isn't valueless, but in terms of that really, really important thing, he has less value than the person who makes 500,000. Like, so those are things we can agree on without being triggered. And I make much closer to 75,000 than what I do 500,000. So if somebody said that, hey, your value is less, then than somebody who makes 500,000. I know exactly what they mean. I know exactly what they're talking about, and I'm not going to get offended or triggered by it. That's where we can just generally agree.
I'm just gonna say that the men who are so triggered by virginity or not, bearing in mind that I do agree that sexual modesty is a good thing. I'm not saying sexual modesty is bad, but I think that men like Game Changer who have got their heads so set on virginity or not, in my view, have got a very small myopic view about what is important in life. Because the people who really know, the real players, right? The real players in this game called life understand that that is one of the most insignificant things when it comes to being successful in life. And people who are actually pursuing real success have got their eyes fixated on more important things. Okay, you can argue that it's not important, just the same way a low grade local town runner would argue that to be the best runner, all you have to do is do a 0.12 second 100-meter race. But the people who are up there in the league doing the Olympics are going to tell you, if you're not a 4-minute mile runner, you're not in a higher echelon of that kind of sport. So Game Changer, where you are and how you see life is completely different from people who are really running in these areas of success. And my message is for people who want to be like that and who are aspiring to be in the top 50% of society. You need to open up your mind and start to recognize what is good for you. Don't just
You
go.
said top 50% of society?
Yeah, I'm already there.
Top 50% is good.
No,
yeah,
you said 50?
I've been there for a long time.
Top 15 is the best.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait. Your accent is messing me up. Did you say 50, like 50, or 15 as in 1 5?
50.
So okay, all right. Okay,
got you. As good as the average, because not everybody is there yet.
Oh no, I understand what you're saying. I thought you were talking as if being in the top 50 was some accomplishment or something. We
It is an accomplishment to be fit on the top 50% and above.
In the middle,
you're 40,
it is
average. 45,
yeah, it is.
Well,
it's not as big.
Okay, no. I agree. I agree that if somebody is in the middle, they're fine. They're okay. I mean, you shouldn't want to stay in the middle. You shouldn't aspire to be there for the rest of your life. But yeah, if you're in the middle, that's fine.
And if you want to choose a wife, you see, this is the mistake people like PJ Washington make. If you want to choose a wife, they're just going for the shallow. They're just thinking, oh my God, she looks really gorgeous, which she does. Oh my God, her booty is really cute, which it is. 10 over 10. But they're not looking about the qualities that are going to bring longevity in the relationship. They're thinking of now. They're not thinking of the future.
Yeah, you can't. You can't pin that on. I got you, GC, but you can't really pin that on Game Changer because this was predicated on him talking about virgins, and you're talking about Brittany Renner, somebody who was far from a virgin. So if anything, you were more advocating for Brittany Renner than Game Changer was.
No, but virgins get divorced every day. Virginity,
no, they don't.
No guarantee of your marriage.
No, they don't.
It's not.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
When was the last time you heard of a virgin getting a divorce?
Like picking virgins is
no. Explain me this. No, you explain me the situation last week where you heard a virgin get divorced.
Listen, there's this girl I know.
She was a virgin when she was married. She wasn't a virgin when she got divorced.
Exactly. And that's why virgins don't get divorced. See, that's crazy talk. And first of all, you say my view is myopic. The only thing that's myopic is a virgin's vagina. Okay? Let's be clear. There are more valuable than that. Stop trying to add artificial value to use goods. Listen, a non-virgin vagina is like a car without the new car smell. And you try to put air fresheners and crap like that in it to go for it, Bernard.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out why the fighting against that. Like I said before, I'm almost 40. Like I'm out of the realm of getting with a virgin. Virgins are not on the table to me. Virgins don't exist to me. But I do understand that just the very simple concept that if a man is looking to get married, a virgin woman has that's value. Now, if you want
She's
to take
better.
that virgin,
She's
now if you want to
better at
take,
being a woman.
that virgin girl and make her a loud, obnoxious meth head or something, then yeah, okay, she's more valuable than somebody who's had some sex but has a good head on their shoulders. Okay, we get that, we understand that. But in general, this is I don't understand the pushback on that. I don't understand.
No, see,
I
this
don't
is what they
naturally have
don't want to.
any
This is
pushback.
what they
Once
don't want to
again, a high
embrace.
value
This is
woman
what they
and
don't want to embrace about the vagina. So what is going on is she gave the Olympic analogy, and like those who are in this level of Olympic. Listen, I'm gonna tell you where young hot virgins fall into the Olympic analogy. They are the gold medal. They are the gold medal, okay? They are the reason that the nigga is running in the first place. No matter what, if you got the younger, hotter, sexier virgin, then guess what? You have won. That is the gold medal of vagina. Everything else is made of bronze, silver, wood, and that stuff that you use to put in champagne bottles to keep it from cork. That is what the lesser vaginas are made out of. However, it is the platinum. It's the platinum medal. They don't even have that in the Olympics. That is what a virgin is. It is the thing that you run for. It's the thing that you jump for. You know, so you can be like a highly successful dude, and you marry the wrong bitch, and it's like, what was the point in that? What's the point in doing that, knowing that you're getting that this cork level vagina? I'm gonna tell you what, nothing. It don't matter at that point. A virgin is what every single chick I was with ever, I wish that she was a virgin. Okay? You know, I understand. It's not like I only mess with virgins, but I do wish that I was the first. And then you get all kind of baggage in their brain because they are made.
There you go. You blew up their head.
About ego, it's got nothing to do with the woman.
So
hold on, wait. What did he say? Hold on. What did he say?
So what if it's about my ego? And yes,
hold on, wait. Time out.
Having a better woman is good for the ego, and more important than my ego. More important than my ego is my anaconda. That is more important than my ego.
All right. What happened? Because I was reading some back chats and I was sending some messages. What did he say? What did he say that exposed that it's about his ego?
He's been with virgins and he's been with non-virgins, but the one thing he can say is that he wishes he was the first.
Yes, I do.
That woman.
Yes, I do.
Your ego.
Is this your ego?
But man, what if it is? It makes me. So what if it is? Listen, it makes me feel better.
That's it.
Why cherry apple?
But hold on,
why cherry apple is saying wow? Listen, do you have a cherry or do you have an apple? Don't try to wow me. Are you a virgin?
It's true.
Hold on. Okay, let me ask this question. Okay, let me ask this question. Let's just say it's a guy. Okay, all right. Let's just say if a guy, takes you out on some extravagant vacation around, it was a month-long vacation in 3 different countries, extravagant round trips, just everything you ever dreamed of. Okay. And then y'all get back and you're like, oh, damn, this was great. This was wonderful. And he's like, yeah, I did that, 6 months ago with the last chick. Don't that make you think a little? Don't that it make you feel some type of way? You're still glad?
No, not if you're a matured, normal thinking person. If you're meeting somebody,
wouldn't it make you feel better if you're the first and the only one he ever did all that for?
Not really, because I'm not that egotistical.
All right.
Well, I am, and virgins are better women. So don't try to shame me. You're not gonna shame me out of knowing better pussy when I get it.
Shaming you.
Yes, you are trying to say that, oh, it's my ego. So what if it is? So what? Virgin vagina is better. Virgin vagina is better, and it has nothing to do with my ego. It has to do with my penis. And guess what? No matter what animal, whether it's an eagle or an anaconda or what, they have better vaginas. Stop trying to sell used goods at the same price as new. Stop trying to do that. Stop trying
All
to.
right,
Yeah,
all right,
it's a
real
car
quick,
argument.
real quick. All
I
right,
don't even like to
I
say.
knew back
One
to engage when he said
one-
that vagina was like a pop
Can I
can.
just say
So
one thing? It's only going to last 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead, Annette.
One big thing that we were trained about in finishing school and that I was trained about in law school
Is to be a
is
virgin.
just because you're the one that's got the most word vomit and you're loud and you can talk over people doesn't mean you're right. You've got to give other people a chance to say something.
Okay,
That's
fair enough. All right, we're
so let's
gonna pass it.
agree
We're
that
gonna
it's
pass
a
it.
preference, and we can keep it moving. Virginity is a preference, so
It
All
is
right.
a
It is a
preference.
preference.
right.
All right.
It's not a high value thing, but it is a preference for some men, so that's okay.
It's
Well,
a
no, well,
preference for
Jada,
every man.
you did say in your when you was defining what a high value woman is, you did say that not being, I forgot how you worded it, not being sexually, you didn't say sexually promiscuous. No, she didn't say promiscuous, but she
Sexually disciplined.
she basically explained don't be giving your body away, so you do understand that does lower the value the more it's been given away to a large plurality of men. So that's why I'm saying we can all agree,
it's important.
yeah, we can. That's why
Don't
I
give me your
do feel
womb
like
until you're married.
we can sort of agree on this one, that a woman not sleeping around with a lot of dudes, it adds to her value. We could just say that.
100%.
Especially the baggage that can
Right.
come along
And
with
it's not a
you
matter
And the
of
baggage.
ego.
for men.
It's not a matter of ego. It's a matter of she-go. Get me a sandwich and get me some vagina, some fresh vagina.
It's a preference. I
All
mean,
right, all right.
It's a
No,
preference.
it's not. No, don't
All right, hold on. Let me get my
no, don't
stupid
limit it to a preference.
So you
I like
didn't
dark green
marry
glasses
all the
and freckles.
virgins that
That's
you
a
slept
preference.
with. So
This is not a preference.
it's a
This is a
preference.
fundamental fact. This is something that
It's-
every man
it's
All
a
right.
every
All
male
right.
and animal
It's a
wants.
All right.
fundamental
No.
preference for you.
No, it's
All
something
right.
that we all want. It's not a slight preference.
It's-
There's certain things that are a preference, like
fundamental.
short versus tall. However, big breast is not a preference, and virginity is not a preference. Every man wants to know that listen, it's my fit, okay? It's my fit.
Did you marry
Her
every
vagina
virgin that you were with?
custom fitted to my penis. It's the difference between buying off the rack and then having a tailor-made vagina to my penis. That is exactly the difference. Don't try to downplay that. Don't try
right.
to, you know.
All right. Yeah, real quick.
Virgin you were with? Were you their husband first?
No, I was not. No, it's not. I had maybe
so
like
you're
5.
a man
I had like
that
5,
likes
and I think one of them
women
lied.
that you can diminish. Is
Huh?
that what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
So
right.
again, y'all, preference is key. So
All right. Pernod in the building. Super Jenny says, and that sounds like the first wave feminists from 100 years ago who were born into privilege. First wave will turn into second and third. That was sort of directed at you. I don't know if you want to respond directly to that.
I don't know what that means, because we're still first wave feminists from 100 born into. You still had to behave well. You still had to cook. You still have to do everything that women. So I don't know how that's a bad thing.
Okay.
She's the first one will always be.
And RBR Network says Brenda's a chocolate slimmy. And Theo Wife says feminine melanin. That one. Oh, come on, Theo, you're being mean.
well, not to me. He wasn't saying I belong
to me. My man is right there.
We've been together 5 years. That type of woman belongs to the streets, because I had to ask, like, well, what type of woman do you mean? And so someone else, I guess, answered for him, and they were basically saying the type of woman that is sleeping around or have numerous children and stuff like that. So,
all right, hold your right hand up. Hold your right hand up. What is that?
It's a ring.
Wow, they still make
that's brass knuckles. That's not a ring.
It is a brass.
That's brass knuckles. You get into street fights.
Who you ready to street fight? You said in the back chat that you was baking
it's
some
a Trinity ring. If anybody knows what that is, it's called a Trinity ring. It's not a brass knuckle thing.
You said you was baking some stuff for somebody for school or something like that. You still doing that baking?
Yeah, I actually already sent it off. That's what took me a couple of extra minutes. So I
wanted to see it. You send it off to the school, to your kid's school, or what?
Yeah, my sister. The principal asked my sister to ask me to bake some treats for their bake sale, and so I baked the treats, and she came to pick them up.
I wanted to
day, so I was like,
service.
I did want to see it before you sent it
I
off. I wanted to see like some burnt brownies or whatever you. I'm just
It'll be
playing.
presentable.
No, I did, and I decorated them beautifully too. So I wish I had took a picture, but I don't think to do that because I don't do it as a profession. So I don't naturally think to take pictures.
All right. Man, so this escalated. And now one thing that y'all all agreed on when y'all was giving y'all definition for the high value for a high value woman. And I remember, well, like me and my woman, we wasn't talking about high value woman or nothing like that, but we was just having a conversation. She was explaining how, her grandmother was teaching her basically the stuff that, that's taught at finishing school and all of that and everything. And one thing that I mentioned, like, did she ever say anything to you about weight or anything like that? And no, she never mentioned anything like that. And but all of y'all said that a woman's weight is a part of it. Now I was kind of shocked by that part because I didn't think y'all all was gonna agree on that one. But as far as the weight thing goes, and I know Annie, you was talking about in Nigeria, and I don't know if it's a such thing as a weight problem in Nigeria when they talking about finishing school. I don't mean, I've never seen overweight women just walking around on video in Nigeria. Like, is that even a thing over there?
I'm not as much as America, no.
It's a thing. They have a word for fat sex. Last week or Wednesday, she said she gave a word that I never heard, and it's Nigerian for fat people sex. So yes, it must be a thing because y'all have a word dedicated to it.
I was saying that in Nigeria they don't like women who are stick thin. I'll show you a picture of me when I was stick thin, and all I got every day from parents, from friends, everywhere was, "You are too thin."
Malnourished.
You said that men in Nigeria want to sleep on waterbeds.
Of me when I was.
Hold on. Time out.
Right. Can you see my bones on my neck?
Yes, that's a good thing.
No.
Yes,
when I was like this, all I got was, "You need to go in." Right. Some of the comments were.
Put that up again because I had some of the branding in the way. I couldn't fully. Hold on.
I don't know. Is it reflecting?
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a glare, but it's cool. We can see it.
Yeah, it's like Jennifer Hudson afterwards. Yeah.
Damn, she do look like Jennifer Hudson in that picture. Yeah.
After, yeah.
But you see that neck? All you get when you're that skinny in my culture is, "You're too damn skinny. We can see you." I mean, some of the comments from that picture was like, "Oh my God, you have been sentenced to no more weight loss. I am laughing at your neck. Can I ask you why you're losing so much weight? It's making you look not so good." You understand? It's a cultural thing. Now, yes. I'm not saying you need to be like the Texan fatty who's 600 pounds. We're talking about a little bit of meat on your body. Yeah.
No, it's a setup. It's a setup, ladies.
It's a cultural thing.
It is not okay.
Changer.
Know this, ladies. If you are in Nigeria and they are trying to get you fat, they're setting you up. They're going to feed you to a giant bird. They are going to feed you to a giant bird. Do not fall for it. It is a setup. They got big ass birds there that they feed women. It is a setup. Do not let them trick you into that.
In Africa, in Africa, was there ever a thing? Because I've heard it before when I was like in my 20s, but was it ever a thing where women who were bigger were considered having more wealthy families? So is that where that came from?
Yeah, but when we're talking about bigger, we're only talking about size 10 or size 12 US.
It's
maximum
double digits.
14 US maximum. We're not saying you need to be big.
I had because I a couple of movies and they would like reference that like TV movies, and I wondered if that was real.
That's not going to work over there.
Yeah, and not only is it not going to work, that was more of a theory type of thing.
Your wife is not a 12. They'll tell you you're not feeding her.
Right.
See,
And it's more of
giant bird, giant bird. I'm telling
no.
you
You have to be physically attracted because we don't want you to look like a crackhead. Like you just have to be able to be physically attractive
so they
on
would
the
call
eye.
you
So
ugly.
it's
In
I
Kenya, they
mean
would say that you ugly,
you're too
and
tiny.
they'll throw food at you.
No.
Mm.
Oh well, they would
Giant bird.
feed you more, ask you to go get seconds because
I think the thing
What's
about
the name? No. And y'all think
But
I'm
I got the
joking.
reverse
What's the name
because
of that
I
bird?
was fat whenever I went back 2017. Man, they destroyed
No,
me. They're like, oh, so that's how y'all come back in America.
naked
Wait,
Y'all
hold
eating
truth.
on, hold
too
on, wait.
much.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm back. I had to space out. I
Yeah,
had to do something for a
sorry.
second. I'm back. You
What's the name
said
of the
that
bird?
when you left Nigeria, you went to America. You got fat over here, then you went back to Nigeria, and then they clowned you.
she went to
And
Kenya.
went back to Kenya in
I
2017,
mean,
right after college. Okay, I had the freshman 15, sophomore 30. I literally had that. Junior 45 because I graduated within 3 years. I was big, but also this is why I don't advocate firmly for birth control. But I was on birth control hormone,
but no,
and so
I want to.
hormonal that the image thing was a big deal. People were like, "Oh, you're so big," and they will throw out certain connotation, but at the same time, the person who I always listen to because he cares about me, my dad also let me know, like, hey, since you're done with school, it's time to lose weight, that type of thing. But it's more of the health aspect, and also my knees took a toll, going up hills, down hills, and so. But it's more of the health aspect. That's why, like, before you get wifed up, you just have to, yeah, be thin, be a little bit tiny, but don't become. If you're coming big, you're going to be bigger because of pregnancy and complication. That's a whole different topic itself. But
Especially
it's
if you're having
health,
children back to back.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the younger you are, the better it is to be healthy at a healthier weight,
Mhm.
a healthier BMI type of thing. Might as well just put it out there than to marry, than to already start. Yeah, when you're big. So
That's
It's
true.
called the African crowned eagle, and
no,
yeah, it's a
no,
real
I
bird.
don't know what that is.
no.
Oh, is that what he talking about, feeding the birds? Okay, so listen, I
So,
have
No, they fatten them
I
up
have
to
a
feed them to
teenage
these
daughter
African crowned
who'll be
eagles.
16 soon, and my 16-year-old daughter, compared to everyone else in my family, is pretty thin to them, and they often comment on what she looks like. So, to me, my daughter is in her modelistic phase, and she always has been. She's always been the smallest out of all the children. And to me, I'm like, this is what she's supposed to look like. This is exactly what she's supposed to look like. But for some of them who, they let the kids eat honey buns and hot fries and Pepsi all day, they're like, look at her compared to them. Your kids are overweight / obese. And they're like, oh, no, she's not. I'm like, your child is my size. Your child is my size. Why? I come with a whole baby and everything. Why is your child as big as me? And they're like 12, 13, 14. Why are you so big? And they're like, oh, you go by white standard. No, I'm going by health standard. My child is at the correct height, size, and everything that she is supposed to be, even though, like, when she gets on a scale, when you see her weight, she's thin and she still has more muscle on her body than fat. So it's amazing to me how and I'm going to say it to our sisters because I notice it in majority of my sisters. Y'all make excuses for why you're bigger than what you're supposed to be. You don't work out. You don't do the right things. I just seen Lizzo drop that she was going to be with Fabletics. And I was thinking like, oh, great. That means she's going to work on getting her health together and motivate other bigger women to get to a healthier size for their body. But she's selling shapewear. I'm like, what? Shapewear. So instead of fixing and getting into the type of body you want to continue to teach people to hide all of these rolls and the unhealthy belly fat that's sitting there. So it's funny to me. And I think instead of okay, so I'm gonna say the reason why I like some of the stuff that Kevin Samuels says and some of the stuff that the men in the manosphere. I don't know all the men, but for some of the ones that I've ran into based on Bernard's channel, I understand because for Black men, you guys have increased maybe about 25 to 30% on your size since the 80s. Women in a larger number have doubled plus. So we are twice the women that we were. So to have children that are size 14 already is bad. It's bad. And instead of shaming the skinnier kids, how about you make sure that you get your children and their weight and their health under control? So that's
Agreed. Hey, Bernard, let me ask you this.
Well, hold on. I think
Brazilian women's
wait a
standards
minute.
for the wet. No.
Is this I think this the bird you were saying, and they trying to feed him to this big ass bird right there as the size of a human.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to.
Yeah, that's what they do. They fatten the chicks up. They tell them stuff like, "Oh, you so beautiful, and then bird, Where do you think the term "sheets for the birds" come from? It's because they feed. They do. You see, y'all be like, ooh, they like them big here. These chicks be going to Africa thinking that Africans like big chicks, but little do they know they preparing them for that bird. I'm telling you.
So where did you say they're preparing the chunky sisters for the birds?
Yeah, in West Africa.
I said where? You showed like the picture, but where in there does it say?
Well, it's a bird. They don't stop at countries. Like it just flies over borders and stuff. But I'm saying in West Africa there exists a bird that they feed their fat chicks to. Like they are setting you up because they eat the bird later. Like they're using you to get bird meat, basically. Like I'm telling you,
they're using it. Some people who tell you to
bird is not a
your
carnival.
size. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, no, the bird is not a carnival.
I believe that people who tell you to stay in your size and motivate you to still be big and unhealthy and yeah, girl, yada, 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 and even allow them to wear certain outfits that does not flatter their body. Those are people who do not want you to win. They don't want you to get out there and do good with your body and your health, or do good and body with your health better than they are, because it garners you more attention. So don't necessarily listen to all these people hyping y'all up, talking about how good you look with that, and then you notice that all of their eyes and all of their opportunities go to women who are not that size.
Agreed.
So no shaming on it. I'm not shaming. I'm telling you, I care. Do better with yourself.
All right. Shout out to no wait, just hold your thoughts. Shout out to Valet Waste Disposal. He says sounds like defensive hold'em. He's bringing up who he's talking about before. He said, "Are these high value and testable fruit?" If the claim,
I'm high value, yeah,
I'm high value.
All right,
I've got the lifestyle and the whole thing to prove it. So, it's different from just talking. I can feel myself losing some brain cells just listening to Game Changer.
No, I will say that.
Hold on, let me get through my super chats real quick. Car designer Chris in the building. He says, if a woman is just for one man and one man only, to that man she has more value. If she gave her marriageable value to another man, she has less value when he considers marriage. I agree with that. Freedman's Journal in the building says black women selling flat coke with spit in it. Hakeem in the building says, as a Muslim, we have the highest number of virgins, bar none, and they are the most coveted. It displays discipline and shows a woman understands her value. This is not debatable.
I agree. That's a Muslim thing.
Yeah, Muslim, they actually have double standards.
Only because I know some Muslim virgins, but their booty is not.
Yeah, we know that too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, but
and not you can't check on later. Yeah, right. I know that. As a nurse, I've seen that a lot.
You saying their booty is not what, Jada?
And they avoid having vaginal sex and have anal sex instead, because when
okay, my fault. I'm slow today. I'm slow today. No, that's the thing in America too.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
fact
thing in
that
America. They actually call it. They actually
the
some
other way.
in some circles they call it Christian sex, where basically she's a virgin because she's she's saved and everything, but her mouth
American Dad.
and her butt is not not a
Yes.
virgin. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing in the U.S. as well.
I
Marquis
wouldn't mind one
9.
of those.
What'd you say?
I said I wouldn't mind one of those.
Yeah.
I know
Marquis
you would.
912 says Game Changer
See
is
what I mean?
ignorant. The value of a woman is not determined by their past or body count. Game Changer is insecure. April Fools. It is April Fools Day.
April Fool, so he agrees with Game Changer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Future Perfect in the building says sexual discretion is a must
I
for high
agree.
value women. Virginity
agree.
is the cherry on top. You agreed
Exactly.
into Game
It's a
Changer.
preference.
Into Game Changer said
What they're
virgins.
basically saying is it's still a
You're
preference.
still not-
I mean,
you're
high
still-
value is high value, but virginity is a preference.
You're still getting me wrong.
Virginia is a
What
preference.
you're trained to do is stay sexually chaste until you're married. You are trained to be sexually chaste until you're married. Now, if a man meets you sexually chaste, he will be happy. But I'm saying that to be successful in life, successful men and not necessarily looking for virgins, because that's not what that's just
It doesn't stimulate them.
2% of what
They've already done
no, they like it, don't get me wrong. But that is not the so when Barack met Michelle, for example, in the when he was doing his work placement, he wasn't bothered. He wasn't there saying, well, you're really nice and everything, but because you're not a virgin, I'm not going to marry you. He didn't
Well, of
come
course he didn't. Of course he didn't.
Yes,
But
exactly.
the reason,
It's a preference.
the reason that you said that they even teach in finishing school to be sexually chaste because they know and understand that your value will be decreased once you
because
have a
you're
lot of sexual
supposed to look
partners.
after your body in every single way. You're supposed to eat well. You're supposed to keep yourself chaste. And yes, it is something that they feel is the gift you're going to give your husband. That is the gift you're going to give your husband to be the first, for him to be the first person. That is the truth. Okay?
Yeah.
And I agree with that. But what I'm saying is now, in this day and age, and even going back 50 years or even 60 years, what is ideal, to be honest, is that the man and the woman should be virgins. That is the ideal. The man and the woman should be virgins.
I agree.
That's not real.
I agree. I'm a virgin.
Born again virgin every day.
Wait a minute. Wait, does virgin mean never been penetrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a virgin. I've never been penetrated.
No, your penis has never been
virgin. The backdoor virgin is what he means.
Yeah, I know.
D-Rock Den in the building became a channel member. I thought you was already a member, but interesting either way. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I do appreciate that. I know it was some other super. Yeah, Game Changer. You was holding your thought on something, and I cut you off. So whatever you could pick it up wherever you was at. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, first of all, I do want to say that men, our penis don't wear down. You know, it don't stretch out and it don't lose elasticity from use. So miss me with that whole a male virgin has value. No, it doesn't. You know, if anything, a male experience has value. So miss me with that. My penis don't go down because I had a lot of pussy. That doesn't work that way. Stop trying to say we both need to be virgins. That's bullshit. Don't try to equate my penis to your vagina. It doesn't. Yours deteriorate with use. My penis increases potency. I go from impotent into impotent by use. So know that, you know. And secondly,
guys, don't let Game Changer do this to you, because Game Changer, you
do what to them? No, I want them to understand their value.
Egos ever. You are making yourself
use this
really weak with these arguments.
No, it's not weak. If you think, guys, if you walk around thinking that you're high value because you're a virgin, you are out your damn mind. Get you.
Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. A guy out on the market who's a virgin, yeah, especially if like he's 30 years old. Yeah, side eyeing him. Keep it real.
Exactly.
Keep it real. Y'all want to know why What's wrong with him that no other woman wanted to have sex with him, or what's wrong with him that he's
a Christian.
somehow didn't have the ability to get a woman to even pull a woman? Like y'all want to know what's wrong with this dude? Like,
I would
it is
think
a different thing.
discipline, and I appreciate that. I'm not that
He's
way.
waiting for God to bring
I
the
think,
woman.
yeah, I would think it's pain discipline, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, if you okay.
You find it frustrating.
No. Stop lying. You are lying. The only pain discipline you care about is the ability to get it up on command. Stop pretending like you peen discipline. That's not even a thing.
Okay, so listen, game changer. You like to take things and push it to the level. I said simply, in the instance of what Bernard is saying, I am going to consider that he has peen discipline, and I appreciate it. What you're trying to say is pulling all sorts of other strings that I'm not replying to.
Well, let's look at it like this.
You value experience.
Let's look at it like this.
You cannot tell me what I value because we are two different people.
But you told me what you value. You told me about how, that pill experience, you felt a certain type of way because he reached a point in his life to where he had to, seek aid. You said that, which means that you value a certain mastery of the penis that comes from experience.
It was for his health. I said that he had already heart issues, and I was concerned. I did not want him to go through that. So I took the necessary steps as a woman to learn about his condition and what things I can do to help him with it so he did not have to risk his health trying to get it up for me.
Did the doctor tell you to suck it more?
Can I just say
you're pulling strings? I did not say so.
Okay. Well, no. So you say that the doctor told you, you tried to find out what to do to help his heart. Did the doctor say suck more dick?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. In this day and age, Bernard, we're talking about high value. We're talking about emotional intelligence, stability, feminine energy. Can we just grow up and move it away from penises and vaginas? Like we've talked about penises and vaginas for the last 3 or 4 programs. Can we just move it to a little bit more?
Oh, come on. I don't try to downgrade the show like we just been talking. Hold on, wait, time out. Hold on. I had to do some muting. Don't try to downgrade the show like we just be talking about dick and pussy. All right. The conversation has a lot of layers to that. But if we are talking about men and women and the social dynamics between men and women in relationships and all of that, it does sort of end up going back to sex. But so let's not try to make it seem like that's all that we've been talking about here. Like we know what this is and we know what's going on. And the conversation did gradually go to that point because we talked about, somebody super chatted the question, which was a good question. Talking about a woman being a high value woman or not. Does being a virgin have something to do with that? And then the women on the panel, got just a little triggered, just a little bit. Some more than others. some more than others. And that's where things kind of went off the rail and the debate happened. And the debate is good. But now that we this far in the debate, don't try to make it seem like this show. Oh, we just talking about dick and pussy. When you got triggered over the word virgin, that's what happened. That's what happened.
I would like to say that it's possible that
you got next in that.
Some of the triggers come from the disrespectful way that some things are being said, because some people may hear him say stuff like the B's and the H's and all of that he tends to say when he's making his statement, that maybe that adds to the trigger point. But for me, it's like, hey, whatever. He ain't talking about me. So I can be less offended, but it could be for some. So maybe a respect level can be given a bit.
So my general statement is that virgins are better women. They're more valuable to men. I mean, how's that disrespectful? I'm really not a B or H person.
Again, it's the strings again. I said the B's, the H's, and all of that you were saying. Maybe
see, I'm not that. Listen, I use terms like "be better bitches" because it all starts with B, and it sounds good. It's not to be demeaning.
It still sounds offensive to some people.
Yeah, I
You
know,
have
but
women
it
listeners
all starts with
listening
B. It's
that want to
BBB.
respect you,
No,
but then
no,
you
no,
still
no,
respect.
no. It's branding. It's branding. I say
Okay.
stuff like that so I could say B cubed and I can make a T-shirt or stuff like that. Deal with it. It doesn't
Okay.
mean that it's it's to offend, or if I say be better women, then it's BBW, and we all know what that means. That one is taken. So I say be better bitches, so I could say B cubed. That's what I mean. No, that's the only time I use it.
Game changer. You need to say be better broads.
Oh yeah, I like that one actually. I do like that one.
Don't give them ideas.
No, but my point is, no, they want to take
The
they
lesbian
want to take
said, "Be
offense
better
to
butches."
they want to censor and stifle what I have to say. What I have to
Exactly.
say.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
if there is a hierarchy of vagina, and younger, hotter, sexier virgins are at the top of it. Their vagina is at the top of it. Just like 10-inch, 6-pack in six figures and all that crap is at the top of pain for y'all.
All right.
Okay, before so sorry.
Go ahead,
before
Brenda.
we move
Well,
on,
no, I
okay,
had Annette next,
yeah.
but we'll go to you, Brenda. We'll go to you.
Sorry. Yeah. So, and here's where I have to agree with Jada about the respect aspect. All right,
we're not about to.
Hold on. I'm getting to somewhere. But
hold on a second.
Yeah.
We're not about to spend too much time on that. Like, listen,
it's coming back to the topic.
I said at the outset that we're going to keep it respectful, and I don't think he personally attacked anybody. He just used some words in a triggering way. And okay, I understand. Y'all got triggered. Y'all felt some type of way. We about to move on. We're not about to turn the whole show about y'all feelings and how y'all felt about what Game Changer said. We ain't about to do that. But we can just move on, and so whatever points was made that you want to respond to about the topics or whatever the topics, subtopics, or subplots that's what's on the table, we can go from there. We can do that. But we will. We okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. So it's a problem. It depends on which extreme. Honestly, humans, we're very extreme. So it depends the extreme one or extreme to the other. So with I understand that the virgins are the most valuable, but mind you, okay. So I was watching Fresh and Fit with my significant other, and there's this female she's 20 years old, and the first person she has ever been. She's 20 years old, but she lost her virginity at 20 years old. And the virginity that she lost to was a star athlete. And then after that, she had 5 guys at 20, as soon as she's just started. And so now her head has been blown up a little bit, where she feels like she can get high valuable man. We're talking about the athletes, and because that's all she's sleeping with. And apparently she ended up cheating on the last dude. And you see, it creates another dissonance. And so it just depends on it. That's why it goes back to a preference. And so this woman now, she feels like she's more valuable because her virginity has been taken by a college or NBA player or whatever. I don't know, this high valuable man, but never got wifed up. But she is a Christian, mind you. That's what she's claiming to be. And I would see DJ Academics and Fresh and Fit, they were trying to help her, erase that delusion that she had created. But it's there are these things that we're creating, and at the end of the day, we have to just say it's a preference thing. It's a preference, but I mean, we'll see.
All right, hold on.
Ooh,
wait,
every man prefer virgins.
All right, Jackie Jack just hopped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I gotta address this virgin thing.
Right.
I'm gonna call Kat. When it comes to women being virgins, I don't believe you guys want virgins.
Yes, we do. We do. Yes, we do.
I'm gonna call Cap on this because I remember when I was in college, I was a virgin my whole college, and I could not get no play, like none at all. So I don't know when y'all switch over to liking virgins, but It definitely wasn't in college.
Now, good point. Here's the thing. So in college, you still have to see her again. Listen, as a young man, I knew that most relationships end. And if I'm going to take a woman's virginity, I would actually have to stick around and be in a relationship with her. A guy is less willing to do that. I'm not a complete asshole. I'm not going to have you give up, have you pop your soda can, and then I not give you the commitment that it requires of it. So I think that that's what they were feeling. You required a deeper level of commitment that young college dudes weren't ready for. So that's why they didn't do it. And also, it says something to the wait period. Remember the formula that I gave before? It says something about the wait period before they get to hit it. And it's college, and they don't want to wait that damn long.
So when does it switch over? When is that mindset? Like, I don't get it. It seems like it's a standard mindset. We want
when somebody want to get married. When somebody wanted to get married, I think no college boys didn't want to get married. I guarantee, if you were a 21-year-old virgin walking the earth and some 30-year-old marriage-minded man met you, you would have had more value than a 30-year-old woman who'd been around the block a bunch of times. You'd have more marriage value. Yeah,
his words are true. Yes. It's not that they didn't want the virginity. They just didn't want to accept the responsibility that came with it. And you should commend them for that, because they could have been assholes.
But here's another important question. Were you walking around wearing a sign saying you were a virgin, or were you just walking around just with the outer appearance of somebody who just seemed to be sexually unavailable?
No, I dressed like everybody else. I was just a virgin.
Did they know you were?
No.
Or they didn't know until I told them.
Okay, so they was trying to have sex with you. You said,
yeah,
"Oh no, they was trying to have sex with you." You said, "Oh no, I'm a virgin," and then they kind of they took one last shot and then moved on after you said no.
No, and as they should, unless you listen, unless you're a cherry popping asshole, or you because that's an asshole thing to do. Now, in a college setting, your reputation of being a cherry popping asshole will follow you for the remainder of the 4 years. So it's better to not do that, because it would stifle future sexual conquest. So yeah, you were tainted in that regard.
What was stifling future? Explain that again.
Well, if women find out that you just some cherry popping asshole, it could hinder your chances to have sex with other women in the future. Is what I mean by that.
Not really. I don't even agree with that one.
Maybe. Well, at least that was my thinking at the time. But yeah, it does hinder women in college. I do agree with that. However, you are more valuable. It's just that the juice may not have been worth the squeeze in the place that you went to university. And I agree with the young brothers who did that. Some things, not all virgins are good virgins.
So it's not like an innate thing. It's like if you want to settle down with someone, you would prefer a virgin. But if you want to,
it's innate. It's innate. Listen. You mentioned the guys that you were in university with. If you went to your local weed man who didn't go to that university, he would have took it if you would have offered it. Let's not play that game. See, you're talking about people who a guy would prefer that. You're talking about in the particular settings where there's social consequences for doing asshole shit like that. However, outside of that social setting, yes, they would have took it. If you would have offered it, they would have took it. And if you would have sold it, somebody would have bought it for more than they would have bought regular sex for.
Well, it sounds like you're saying that they weren't willing to wait for it. Because I don't think that they were saying, "Oh, you're a virgin. Oh no, I don't want to have sex with you." That's what it sounded like. Game Changer saying to some degree. I don't think they were just thinking, they were just that high thinking to where they, made a conscious decision to back away from a virgin. No, they would have had sex with you. You weren't exactly with it, so they pull it back.
That too. They implemented that formula.
And by any chance, let me ask Jackie.
Okay.
Whenever you would say you're a virgin, okay, yeah, I have to kind of piggyback what Bernard was saying. What was your level of commitment in order to give it up? Like, what were you telling these
Mhm.
guys for them to not follow through? I guess we can say. What did you? Yeah. What
Well,
were you
I
looking for at that time?
didn't even give them I didn't give them guidelines because
Okay.
I wasn't even really sure when I was going to give it up because I didn't really. It wasn't about like waiting to marriage. It wasn't about that.
Okay.
So I never gave them like a timeline. Like this is how much you need to put in, or this is how much effort you need to put in, and then you'll get the. So
But
maybe
they
they were just
implemented the formula. Oh, my bad.
no. You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
They implemented the formula. They implemented the formula and figured it was too damn long to wait. That combined with, the reputation and everything, there was a lot going on. So yeah.
Did you ask them why? Ever?
Did I ask them why?
Yeah.
Why what?
Oh, why they never really wanted to, sleep with you or anything like that?
They didn't want to sleep with me.
But you kept on saying no because women
Yeah,
Yes,
are the ones who
that
are in
refused
control
the
of the sexual
argument.
access.
Hold on, that refused the argument if they were trying and then you were declining.
No, I'm just saying for like I couldn't get like any commitment, any relationship or
So you were
anything
looking
like
for
that.
commitment. Yeah.
Yeah.
First,
That's what I was
before.
saying.
Yeah, she wanted
Right.
the traditional way,
Yeah.
Let's get to know each other relationship and then whatever leads to
Should have been.
So they didn't want the commitment. That's the
Should have
thing.
been age gap dating.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't know.
I was going to
No,
give
yeah,
that.
that's true. That's true. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know and don't look at it like that.
Right. I didn't either.
Or it could
Now I
be.
know.
It could be their priority. It could be their priority at the time was just to get through college because not everybody's just got sex on their head all the time. Some people just actually want to just get through college.
I think most college age guys,
No, I'm talking about women. Most women who are in college are not really bothering to look for age appropriate partners because Jackie's probably was just concentrating on getting through college. Not really.
I was trying to get a man.
Agreed.
I was trying to get a man. No, I was.
So you were trying to get the MRS too. Yeah. No, it's understandable.
She wanted to have sex. She just wanted it to be with a committed, steady, monogamous boyfriend, and they wouldn't try to be her committed, steady, monogamous boyfriend in order to have sex with her. But I'm pulling a game changer. On a previous show, you said that it was certain type of guys that you were going for. You wanted that committed, monogamous stuff from the guys who basically had a lot of options out there, so they wouldn't about to give up all their options to get with the virgin. But it was guys out there who probably would have been happily with you back then.
Right. I played the game wrong. I was choosing the guys that had a lot of options. So
yeah. You was trying to get dude on a basketball team to stop smashing everybody just to be with you. Like, nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. We almost 2 hours into this. Y'all make sure you hit the like, but I don't even know where we at on the likes. I haven't been paying attention to none of that. I know I did see some super chats. Theo came through with 156. 156. Yeah, get the likes up. Yeah, get the likes up.
Now, let me say this for any of the ladies while they were virgins, did you ever get the different responses from guys that would be like not necessarily that they don't want to hurt you, but they don't want to taint you because you're a good woman or whatever, and so they rather not try and taint you for another man? Have y'all ever got those responses before?
Yes.
What was your question again?
While you were virgins, because I was still a virgin even in college. So while you were virgins, did you ever have men that would say that when they find out you're a virgin and they're not, the type that want to get serious or whatever, would they, or at least not serious with you? Did they ever say stuff like, well, I don't want to taint you for another man, so I'll just, not try and push that envelope? Have you ever had that before?
I don't think I really got that close to men until I was 18 years old. So I didn't really.
Well, I mean, all of you were a virgin, though.
How old were you when you stopped being a virgin?
18.
Okay.
And by then I knew I was ready. So I just when I had a boyfriend, it happened. And it wasn't because I was trying to preserve, I just thought, okay, I'm old enough. I'll go for it. Yeah.
All right. All right. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says, salute, Captain. A high value woman does not exist on her own, nor can she achieve it on her own. A high value woman is dependent on her man's status, income, and say so always. What do y'all think about that one? Good one, Black Wolf Inc.
It enhances, but to begin with, she already has to be high value. And then by the time you meet your husband, and where's the question? It's gone.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
Yeah. So by the time, you're trained to get to a certain stage. We've talked about what those things involve. But by the time, so you can be high value on your own, but then when you get married, then you become even higher value than that. So there's always a start. You can't be low value and then get married and become high value because you're not going to have the skills that are necessary. So, for example, if you want to get a good tree, you buy a good seed and you start to tend it to the nursery and everything, and then you get good fruit. So, yeah, you can be high value. You can be emotionally stable. You can have your femininity in check. You can be good at getting on with people. You can be diplomatic. You can be good at conflict resolution. You have to know when to bow out of an argument when it's going nowhere, and just bow out and leave it alone. Things like that. When you have those skills and you meet a man, chances are you're not going to argue with him too much. Chances are you're just going to be somebody that's easy to get on with, and then he's going to bring you higher and higher and higher, or both of you actually are going to take each other higher and higher and higher. He knows that when he takes you anywhere and somebody says something that you don't agree with, you're not going to waste your time spending half an hour arguing with him. You're just going to be like, okay, if that's how you feel, leave it and move on, because you know how to choose your battles. Some battles are just not worth arguing about. You just leave it and move on.
What do y'all think about the very simple definition? I don't even know if this is Kevin Samuel's definition, but one of a high value one. But I do know he always throw out the term, fit, feminine, friendly. He throws that out real simple. Like for me, I mean, listen, if I find you attractive and you're easy to get along with, like we're good. Like that for me is that simple. but just putting it simple, because I know when I asked at the beginning of the show, y'all gave real, long-winded definitions of a high value woman. But what about you taking pictures of your little goodies that you made allegedly?
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
But
you.
but no. So what do y'all think about just that simplistic definition? Just fit, feminine, friendly, because to me it's that simple, and that's something attainable and achievable. Any chick can technically do that. It's not that hard to be friendly. It shouldn't be that hard to be feminine, and it can be hard to get fit. That can be hard. It can be some work, especially if you.
Well, before we,
that's the thing.
It was not.
There are layers.
It's being a woman that most men would probably gravitate towards. Fit, fun. What'd you say? Fit, feminine.
Fit, feminine, friendly.
Right. Okay. So that's it. It's not exactly all high value. It's just being a feminine woman. He said those two other things just to say feminine. So that's the way I see it. So.
Well, okay. I want to.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, femininity has a array of things that you should meet as a feminine woman, right?
Right.
To be high value women, there are extra different things to it. So when he says high value women only have to be feminine and then fun and fit, well, fun and fit is already in femininity.
Well, fit, feminine, friendly is what he said. And by the way, hold on, I'm to make sure that I'm not paraphrasing him horribly. He uses the term fit, feminine, friendly. I don't know if that's his exact definition of a high value woman, but for me and how I operate, things are that simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with simplicity, does sometimes.
Can I say this? Can I say this? It's very important, because before we go deep into this question, I do want to get this point out there. I want to sleep with College Jackie. I think that everyone should know that. I'm picturing her as a younger, hotter virgin woman, and I wish I'd have slept with her.
I don't think it matters to her.
Why do we need to know that?
Are we going back to
No, it was
On the
more I
record.
needed to say
On the
it.
record.
It was
For
more
his
I needed
ego.
to
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It was more I needed to say it. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Where was we going? Where was
Fit,
we going?
feminine, friendly. Do we agree with it? Is what you were saying?
No. Hold on.
Kevin Samuels.
Can y'all see it?
How was that?
My cantaloupe is growing.
Yeah.
Why you showing? Why you showing us your cantaloupe? The baked goods was part of the show. You had to keep cutting your camera off to go check on the baked goods.
Because you
so
never starve if you
I
see
wanted
her.
to see them. You showing you. Now we don't need to see you.
I was proud of my cantaloupe.
Oh, you proud of your cantaloupe? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
It's hard to grow cantaloupe in cold Michigan weather, so.
It's a good
Okay.
accomplishment. Because you have to actually pay attention to it, so it doesn't die.
I think what Jada is trying to do here is pitch her wifely skills to let you know that she's good at gardening.
I'm actually trying to show off what all is going on around here.
Duty. I see you, girl.
I'm gonna throw off the topic of the other stuff so we don't have to continue.
I can show you my tomatoes in my greenhouse that I'm growing.
Tomatoes.
All right. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Botanical Babe.
Okay,
So if you want to join that, honey, come on through it. Love it.
Black Wolf in the building. He says, once again, a feminist gives a delusional answer. A woman is not high value until a man says she has value. You can't be high value and homeless. Yeah, well, no, I understand where you're going with that. I think, and this is one thing that women. Okay, I'll let y'all rock off that one. But see, this is a thing. Men do determine which women are valuable and which women are not. Like we are if we're shopping and y'all are the product, then so yeah, we are the determiners of that. So
Obsidian said something interesting. He said, you do know that there were queens who ruled alone, and their value was determined by their father. So that still does make, his statement correct.
Can I ask you a question, Bernard, which is relating to what Black Wolf is saying?
Okay.
So we've all gone to wife school. We've all gone to etiquette school. They've given us all these skills. Mm-hmm. Of course, when it's time to get married, of course, the man is the one that's going to decide, okay, I've come to this party and I've met like 4 eligible girls. Of course, it's not the girl that's going to say, you've got to marry me. It's the man that's going to say, okay, I've seen these 4 eligibles. This is the one that I pick. So this is the one that I think is going to meet what I require. Is that what Black Wolf is saying? That it's the man is going to determine whether you're valuable to him. That's correct. But even if you're valuable to him, somebody else who's looking for a different thing that you're not looking for would find her valuable too. But she has to be ready for marriage to be picked. So she has to be valuable to a certain extent.
Yeah, no, yeah. If he was saying that she's only valuable if she's attached to a man, then I would disagree with that. I lean more towards what you're saying, that for the man to choose her, to pick her, for him to choose her, yeah, she would have to be displaying some value. So there's some value there. Now her value is useless. For as far as men are concerned, her value is useless unless she's attached to a man. That we could say that much, but she has to display some type of value. So yeah, she does have some value. She's peacocking her value. We'll just say that. But anyway,
in Black Wolf's world, a woman who's working as a nun who chooses never to get married, but working in a church as a nun and doing a lot of charitable work and everything, in that scenario, she's not valuable because she's not attached to a man.
I'll give it to her. I don't know what Black Wolf will say to that, but I'll give it to her. She's valuable to society.
Yeah,
she's not valuable to an individual man, but she does have some value to society. Yeah.
Well, no, okay. So she because she's part of a male structure, she has value. Like you said, a nun. So the Catholic Church is a male structure. So Yeah, in that instance.
Or she could be somebody like Oprah Winfrey, who's not a nun, but giving out valuable information and has a great job, but she's not married. She's still valuable to society.
She is not valuable to society. Oprah Winfrey is the least valuable person that has ever existed ever.
That's why
you see billions, when you are listen to me. That means nothing. She is a detriment to society. She is a detriment to society. That's like saying that, that guy with the mustache from Germany was a value to society because he had a lot of money. No, if you are a detriment to the overall society, then you have no value. Oprah Winfrey is a detriment. She led a lot of toxic women like yourself into the abyss, that is the Oprah Winfrey vagina. She is not a valuable person.
Right. Okay, you've made your point, but you don't know anything about my life, though.
No, you say you're a feminist. I know something. I know that you are
I'm a
feminist.
woman who cares about women's problems. Yes.
You are a feminist.
Yeah, I am.
And as a result of that, you are a detriment. Oprah Winfrey is opening.
And you are a detriment because you're a misogynist, ignorant piece of turd.
Yes, I am.
So we're agreed.
But here's the thing.
Right.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Misogynist and ignorant pieces of turds are like they're the first kings of Europe and Africa and Asia.
Not the bottom of the pile.
Yes, they were.
All right.
Yes, they were. What I am saying is that the character traits that I possess are valuable to society. The character traits that Oprah possess are not valuable to society. They're not valuable to anybody but Oprah. That is the point. It is better when men do it. It's like losing your virginity.
All right, GC. All right.
What company? Nothing. Just got air.
Huh?
You just got air. You're not the king of anything.
No, I didn't say that I was. Oprah is not the queen of anything. My point is that misogynistic men have more value than feminist women. Feminist women are the detriment. Feminist women are the detriment to society.
He's got more
feminist women are the detriment to society. They destroy the natural patriarchal way of society, which brings down the fabric of everything. They keep the vaginas empty and they keep the penises of the world dry. They breed nothing. They bring nothing but ill content and knowledge.
You're the only one behind this keyboard that won't show us your face, but yet you have so much to say.
That means nothing. I'm a 7. That means nothing.
So y'all have never seen Game Changer before?
Nobody's seen Game Changer.
No, people have seen Game Changer before.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people in this. Hold on, wait, real quick. There's a lot of people in this space that have seen them, male and female. It's to reel off the name. Ramil has seen them. AM1 has seen them. Ike has seen them. Chantel Simone has seen them. Melody has seen them. There's
hiding all the time.
There's a few more. I can't think. There's over a half dozen people that have actually met him in person, or seen him on the screen. But no, it's like 6 that has met him in person. 6 that has met him in person.
Did they say, were they impressed, and did they say that he really has the clout behind what all the things he says?
A man's looks don't matter. How does that bring me
looks? It's not about. I'm not talking about your looks. I'm saying when Ike met him and all this, did they say that he's got the clout, i.e., do you have the research? Like somebody like Obsidian. Obsidian has very strong views, but you can tell that he's done research. You can tell that he's very widely read. Somebody like Kevin Samuels, I may not agree with him, but we can tell that he's widely read. We can see where he's pulling his information from. We may not agree because you could have the right information and I still won't agree with you, i.e., that's what we do in a court of law every day. 2 people with great evidence, but they still don't agree with each other and the judge has to decide. So us disagreeing is not the problem, but what I'm saying is, where is the evidence? Where, for example, please tell me, give me a link that shows that there's a bird in West Africa that eats people.
Bernard just showed you.
That was a joke. That was a joke. Come on.
That is not what he showed, and that's why I asked you where on there did it say that it.
Hey, hold on. Let me clear my name. I was playing along with the joke when I just Googled the biggest bird on earth. Or something
The
like that.
African crowned eagle is a bird that you could Google African crowned eagle. It's a bird that eats people. There you go.
He just likes to be controversial.
All right.
My
Dapper,
is that your
Dapper Gents in the building. He says, "Men don't want virgins." I didn't want. As he said, I didn't walk around campus or the mall or nightclubs looking for virgins. This topic is silly. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. Dapper Gent's back in the building with another one. He says, if a woman is 500 pounds and still a virgin, does she have value? And to what type of man? No man.
She needs to look after her heart.
Okay, just real quick, the African crowned eagle. There has been chilling rumors that they have ate, or not they, but that one has actually eaten a young baby child back in 1920. They do not have any other actual records finding that it has ate a normal sized human, a normal sized child, or anything like that. It does say that they do sometimes eat on the carcasses that have been found. So
fat
they
women
eat on
fat women. So do you think that
All
when
right.
a fat woman in Africa dies? Hold on.
So I only go based on the fact.
Engage, Jada.
When a fat woman in Africa dies, in order to make sure that she's not a heavy coffin, they have those birds. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Valet Waste Disposal in the middle with a super.
You need to start your own comedy show, okay?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is about sex. These women married. Hold on, real quick. And these women married and are single mothers. Thank you for the super chat. Theo Wap in the building with a $50 super chat. He says, "Game changer is entirely correct. These high value women truly make me appreciate wonderful Brazilian women. Thanks for the value, ladies." Theo Wap back in the building with another one. He says, "You women are only high value if it's April." That's a come on. That's a good one. We're doing an April Fool's Day show about high value women.
Like to hear. What?
I'm sorry. That was a good one. That was a good one. The orange pill nerds of the building. He says, "Where's the full photo?" Annie, we know what we know what just headshot photos mean for women mean just because honestly you look the same, just shorter hair and not that skinny. I don't know what else you need to see in that picture. She just showed that she. I mean that looked like a younger version of her with collarbones.
And then also
it just looked like
her shape.
Yeah, you can see the skinniness in her face. I mean, I don't know what else you need to see.
I'm not skinny anymore, but then I'm not exactly fat either.
Okay.
I'm just a normal, regular woman who's had 4 children, who are grown, and a grandchild.
Who is over 40.
I'm over 40 as well, yeah.
And in a
relationship. It's
to me, discretion is a much
over 40 with several children. So it's not to say I'm not going to, say what weight she should be at her age.
Hold up.
Sorry. That's my ex and my kids and me. So, well, my ideal weight should be lower. I should be like 30 pounds or 40 pounds lower. So my argument, I've never argued that you should be fat. I'm not saying people should be fat. Yeah. I'm just saying.
In the beginning, she agreed with me about the weight as well. So she didn't say that people should be that way.
No, but you're not supposed to be fat because it's not good for your it's not good for your health.
All right. Part of the idea and concept of doing this is, we debate the ideas. I do want to keep it less personal because that's when things get off. That's when things get off the rail. And we was halfway off the tracks a number of times today. So I do want to keep it clean and debate the ideas and not get personal. So that's where I'm at with it. That actually helps the show flow and things normally work well. And so we kind of failed at that today, but we'll probably.
I'm not angry.
Okay, all right, all right, cool.
Well, you're extraordinarily concerned with what I look like. I find that interesting, but that's okay.
No, I'm not
on what your life is like is what
I'm not concerned with what you look like, because that's of no consequence to me. But what I am concerned about is that some of the ideas that you put forward on the program, to me, I find that I know that they're ridiculous, because I know that there's no background to the information. I know they're not facts.
What background would you like?
So, for example, i.e. with the eagle, when you were, but
it's the African crowned eagle.
Wait,
all right, okay. Listen,
yeah. Your face, I would be able to tell whether you're. You see, when Bernard is talking, when Bernard is jabbing at me, I can look at his face and know that he's joking, right?
You need to see a face to determine if somebody is joking.
But because do you honestly really believe that there's a bird out there that's eating people? I don't know, because I can't see your face.
Look, we gotta take.
You need to see somebody.
We gotta just let's just take the eagle.
I don't know whether to take you seriously or not, or whether you're joking.
Okay. Can we just take the man-eating bird as a joke and move on? Like I'm pretty sure that was a joke. I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't sure because he kept saying it, and I was like,
"It's real."
I know, he's very convincing. I was like,
I seriously had to look at
bird.
Like
he said, they feed fat African women to a bird.
Information all my life, you know.
The clue chat would have been. He says, "I just purchased a trademark." He says, "I just purchased a trademark for the Grown Man Hour. Please release all digital assets to me immediately." Okay, sure, I got you. Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, man. All right, we might wrap this on up. We started late, so we may wrap it up at around 1 o'clock. It was a fun one. It got crazy. I think we did sort of narrow down a definition.
I didn't get a chance to answer the definition.
High value. Oh yeah, you did. You came in late, so yeah. So now we got to hear the actual. We got to hear the actual definition. We heard all y'all mumbo jumbo and word salad about what a high value woman is. Game Changer about to go ahead and give us the accurate
high value,
the accurate definition of what a high value woman is. So going back to the title of the show, Game Changer, what the hell is a high value woman anyway?
So a woman's value, like Black Wolf was hinting at, is largely tied to the man that she can attract. The value of the man that she can attract. And since high value man is defined, we can define the high value woman by her ability to attract and sustain relationship with high value man. Typically, in order to do that, a woman should be able to both flip and float. She should be have a strong sense of commitment to a man and be family oriented. As well as just be generally pleasing to her mate. You know, every day she wakes up and say, "How do I be a better bitch or be a better broad?" Like how does she? Yeah, how can she? What can she do to do better for her mate? For example, Jada baked a cake and had the cantaloupes and things like that, and Annette, she went to law school. She went to law school. You know, she raised 4 kids to be healthy, wise, intelligent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Jackie, she maintains her flip and float for her future mate or her current and future husband. So, you know, these are attributes. These are the be a better bitch attributes that make a woman higher value.
Well,
be a better broad. Excuse me. Be a better broad.
And also don't be somebody who argues a lot. Don't be somebody who swears at people. Be easy to get on with. Be feminine. Be emotionally stable.
She said argues a lot.
A high value woman is simply a great helpmate to her man and her children as a teacher. So, or let me make sure I say it completely because I missed the word. She is a great helpmate to her man or to a man that she desires to have. And then she is also the teacher of her children of how that they should go. So,
And function in society.
Yep.
All right. These are de facto last words. So I don't know if you knew those were your last words, Jada. Those were just last words. All right, we going around. We go. Look at you. You got to say something else. We going around for last words, Jada. You can add something to that if you want to get something else in.
That works for me. I can stand on that. So
you can stand. Okay. All right, Annette. You hold on. Go ahead, Annette. You want to get your last? Well, no. I'm gonna go to Brenda.
Black Wolf said, "I need a man. I already have a man."
You know, with this one thing about Annette, with all the crazy stuff she say, she did get married young, was married for 22 years, you know, had 4 kids, was a stay-at-home housewife to her. I mean, this is her story. She could be lying, but was a stay-at-home housewife. And then sometime after the kids got older, she either went to, I think, law school, nursing school, or IT school. I don't know which one. She did all 3 of them. We believe her. So she did all 3 of those. And then, later in life, she just threw all that away, and she's essentially, being essentially a housewife again. So that's her story, and that is not a bad story despite all her rhetoric.
But Bernard, I think we have a breakdown in communication, and it might be cultural, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that what do you think is a feminist? Because to me, what I think a feminist is maybe is different from what you're thinking.
Well,
I'll give you the definition of feminist. A feminist is a woman. A feminist is a woman who wants the power of a man, the privilege of a woman, the responsibility of neither.
But that's not what I see as a feminist.
And that's kind of what I figured.
And I think that's why we're misunderstanding each other.
Correct.
Well,
I don't
for
want
me,
the power of a man.
For me, hold on, wait, real quick. For me, for me, it's as simple as that. It's not even you just saying the word you're a feminist. Now, yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. But even if you never said that, but you just made all the points that you made, well, we're gonna have our disagreement about those points, regardless of what label you put on them. Now, you saying that you're a feminist, that does give us just an extra jab to throw at you. But overall, yeah, no, you literally say a lot of things that I'd have some disagreement with, and we disagree
like looking out for the rights of women. You don't think that people should be looking out for the rights of women?
The devil can be in the details with that, the devil can be in the details. But in general, caring about,
I think we need to do a program about that. What actually does feminism mean to us? Because I think
that's the next
panel.
I think there is I think there's some misunderstanding about.
Yeah, no, that could be the next one. We can really pin down the definition of feminist, definition of feminism, and what it means in all practicality in the 21st century. That's a good topic. We can get on that one. But Brenda, you got final words.
Okay, so
you've been writing the whole show, so you can't do a full essay dissertation.
Oh no, your final words. I write it so that
She's gonna pull out a whole notebook, like nah.
Well, it's not that much.
I love it. By the way, ladies, you look beautiful today. I know.
Oh, thank you.
Ladies, you look beautiful as usual. You're handsome, Bernard. Painter, as usual. I love your chest. Your chest match piece.
Pretty as well.
She complimented the chest piece. That was cute. Go ahead.
The chest piece is cute. Yeah.
Yes, and so for me, I have to dumb it down to simplicity is key. So I have to agree with KS and also Bernard. Fit, friendly, and feminine. That's actually where I would dumb it down to, in order to be able to help a man to create a family that he wants, a highly valuable man based on character, while he's working on his value, etc., or keeping his value as it increases. But in order to do that, I have to now quote KS, we have to just give him sex, silence, and sandwiches.
Sandwich.
I know, sandwiches, my bad.
Sandwich,
but also that also has a different connotation. It has everything. Cameo 7, although everything sounds simple, it's actually complex. But at the end of the day, it's what can you do for others. It's all about service, and I know my role as a female in this world, how my dad has brought me up. It's not about me. I'm here to serve the Lord, to know Him, to love Him, and to serve Him. And because I love people, I've always done that. Regardless, people, animals, anything, I have to take care of it. So.
Go ahead, Jada.
One quick question. Since
Yes.
since I am amongst a bunch of men, I have to ask this because I might need to learn. Do you guys really care about sandwiches over meals?
Well,
For
sandwiches.
me,
Go.
I'll
Sandwiches-
answer.
Okay.
Okay, then.
No, sandwiches is really just a metaphor for submission.
Figure of speech.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't eat sandwiches outside of peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I can cook all sorts of stuff. Like
I mean,
well
technically, it
versed.
can be under.
So I was like, do
cooking.
I really need to know how to make a sandwich? Because I
Yes,
don't
you
want
do.
to.
If you like sandwiches, you adapt yourself to
Into
become
what he
you want.
likes,
That
and so you
goes
just
into
Okay.
the be a better
building
bitch.
his happiness. Also.
I
To be
just
a better
wanted to
broad.
make
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I
Yeah,
did.
no.
I definitely bought a book one time on 40 ways to make chicken because I was dating a guy that liked chicken, and I
There
don't
you
like
go.
chicken.
Like that.
So I got that, but then I was like, well, sandwich seems so simple, but maybe guys aren't saying that, and I could be missing a golden key here. Men like sandwiches, so I had to make sure.
No,
I
it's a
didn't want-
metaphor for willingness to serve.
okay, got you. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
that sums it
Clean
up good.
cook. It falls under sandwiches.
Yeah,
Everything.
I would have said it's more so a metaphor for just for cooking, for making a meal,
Yeah.
for making a
It's
meal.
just cooking.
That's how I looked at it, but by
Yeah.
extension, yeah, just willingness to serve. So yeah, that's a good
I think
way to
that's
look
the
at it.
silence bit. The
Okay.
submission and the willingness to serve is the silence
Yeah.
bit.
And also
But
just
Light Bearer Council in the building. He says the worldview of the American view of feminists are different because the political aims of the factions. One wants freedom, the other wants dominance. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. But we're about to get up out of here. I think everybody gave the last words except for Game Changer. So go ahead, Game Changer. You got the last words before we get out of here. Don't plug your ears, Annette.
Yeah. And why does she close her eyes? You can't see me anyway.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I know you want to see me. I know you want to see
I
me.
know
No,
it's
no,
gonna be
you-
You was
painful, whatever
curious
you
about
say.
that, and Wednesday
Oh.
you was curious about the
Let me
measurement.
grab
I could
some
tell.
water.
No,
You was curious about the measurement.
hold on, but
Okay.
yeah.
Prepare
Go
myself.
last words, GC.
But no, as far as high value women, a woman should try to be of greatest value to a man, whether she has one or not. And that is really what makes a woman higher. A woman who works on increasing her potential, or reaching her maximum potential value to a man. And because men value different things from women, not completely different, but somewhat different, it is incumbent upon her to determine what her man's value and give me it, or give him it, until, yeah. So that's pretty much what a high value woman is.
All right, we about to wrap this on up. Want to thank everybody in the chat room, everybody who liked, share, subscribe, supported the stream in any way, shape, or form, rather super chat, cash app, whatever you did to support the stream. I do appreciate you. Oh, and thank you to somebody who I forgot about who did. Somebody sent a cash app. I think it was D-Rock Den, who became a member of the channel, and he sent a cash app. So I do appreciate it. Come on, my cash app is moving slow. Negro Wireless. Come on.
Bernard,
was
they
that?
didn't drop my channel in your chat.
The what?
They didn't drop the link to my channel.
Yeah, they did. I
Oh,
saw RM do it.
I did see your link in the chat. I didn't look at the chat too often because sometimes they can be a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't look at them at all because they be.
Yeah.
RM do it at the buzzer, and I'm to start putting everybody links in the description like I meant to the last time. But that was D-Rock Dan who sent the cash app. So thank you, D-Rock Dan. Thank you to everybody, and we are out of here. Peace.
Peace.